Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show.
Oh, here we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, news crew. Alexa, please turn on office light. Perfect. Good morning, good morning. Thank you all for being here this morning. It is 6:36 a.m. here on the East Coast. June 10th, Friday. What is this? This is the second Friday of the month.
I'm not sure how to help you with that.
Girl. Thank you all for being here with me. Thank you to the members. Thank you to the moderators, the subscribers, those who are just checking in just to see what's going on. Replay gang. Shout out to all of you for being here this morning. I really, really do appreciate it. As you can see, we have so much to get into today. And I left the last topic is a topic that I really, really want to cover. It's the Lil Nas X versus BET. Because it's partly a reason why I disconnected myself from BET. So I can't wait to get to that. So please stay around. That is one of the last topics. Check the description box so you'll see what we're talking about today. Let's shout out. Thank you so much, Boo. Good morning to you. And I saw your stories. And listen, thank you, because some stuff I'd be like, I didn't even know was going on. So thank you so much for just being so considerate and supportive of the channel, whatever. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Brick girl, good morning. Good morning, Brick. Hey, Joe. What up, Joe? What's good, Joe? Hey, Naries. What's popping? Listen, I have to shout you out as well. Thank you. I mean, literally, Zeus posted their response to Milan Christopher, right? 2 hours later, Naries tagged me in the post like, yo, look what's going on. 5 hours later, I get it and post it to my community wall. So it was like, that's the kind of support I love. I mean, I had no idea all of that was going on until you pointed me to that. So Naries, keep doing that. Keep keeping me on the up and up. And also Shay, I want to shout out Shay. One story that I got incorrect Wednesday was the story about the guy who was in the river. He went swimming in the river. The police was chasing him. Well, there was more context behind that. He was actually drunk. It was an altercation. They were trying to, I think they were chasing after him. They literally wasn't there to detain him, but they were trying to see what was going on. So I didn't have all of the extra context. So I'll be updating that story Wednesday. But Shay, continue doing what you do. She dropped right down. I don't know where you saw this at, and I don't know what you was reading, but this is what went on. She told me, I mean, she wrote a nice thick, it's in that video. Go check the last video out. She updated us. So thank you, Shay. And don't ever feel bad. I love the correction. I love the updates. That makes me feel like you holding me to the fire. Like, if you're going to do this, get it right. So everyone, please hold me to it. I appreciate it. Good morning, B1. Good morning. Hey, Cheryl. Good morning to you. It's good to see you. It is good to see you. What up, Nate? What up? What up, news crew? Yes, please like the video on your way in. I always forget to say that, but your likes help keep me in the algorithm. They surely do. They recommend the video to people who've never been in the channel before. They even recommend the video to those matching my meta tags and my description. All of those things and your likes help push it forward. So when you like, think of it as, all right, that's me pushing this forward. I'll give my stamp of approval on it. So please consider hit the like on the video. What up, Slim? What up? Listen, okay. You know how I feel about Dylan, right? I saw your comment. You know how I feel about Dylan. Now, when we get into the Milan Christopher story, I'm mad they didn't take Dylan. Y'all took everybody that I said y'all should have took off this show to start a new show. But Dylan, damn, you took Rio, you took Milan, and you took Moolah. I said all three of them bitches need to go, but you missed Dylan. So you know how I feel. Your AI wants to be a part of this show. That's what it's called, AI. You need to change Alexa's name to Ziggy. I had to be careful because the minute I say it, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. I'm going to switch her out for Google in a minute because Google knows to play his role. See, Google plays his role well. Okay, listen, thank you. You know I appreciate you. Good morning, Tracy. And listen, you all should really, if you're not on Twitter, consider being on Twitter and follow me in King Roman News so we can just constantly stay engaged. Now, that is one that I have directly to my phone. I'm direct with it. I'm there. I'm more conversational there. And we can have fun there. So, you know, check out at King Roman News. Anything you find, just all you got to do is go to the whatever article you see or any clip and at King Roman News in it, and I'll come right behind like, are you fucking kidding me? You know we about to report on it. So consider me your news reporter, and I will be on it. And so I appreciate all of that. All right, so let's get into the morning show. We have about 13 topics to get through today, which I know we'll do. And we'll have an opportunity at the end I think I might drop the link depending on the time for anybody that want to come up to say anything. But if not, then you know how we do. All right, so the first story I want to get into is the Dwayne Wade story. So Dwayne Wade on fearing for daughter Zaya amid anti-trans laws. I'm still afraid every moment she leaves the house. Now, the reason I thought this was interesting and I wanted to bring this up was because we're always hearing from the aspect of the activists or the aspect of the child. But I think it's critical to hear how a parent, a notable parent, by the way, and very relevant, very recent in terms of his daughter transitioning happening, and hearing why this concerns him. It's different when you hear from us gay folks, when we tell you that, you know, don't say gay is a fucking horrible bill. But when you hear from a straight Black man, I think it's a different kind of tone. You receive it well, you look at it differently. So listen to what he says, and we'll come back and have a little chat about this. You know, and this is one where I actually am taking serious. Like, I really do understand, and I hope some of you all can understand some of his points.
Alabama is not the first state to do so. The governor there called it discriminatory distressing. And I wonder what your reaction is and your message to lawmakers in states where these bans are happening. You know, you guys are going through this in your own family, and I wonder what you think.
Yeah, to me, it's a joke. I mean, this is our life. We live this, and so when you're out there making rules, and if you're not experiencing this, if you're not living this, and you're just out there signing away and making laws, that's not right. That's a joke. Like, come and live a day in my world with my daughter. Come and see how it is to walk through this world as her. Right? Like I just think like we losing our humane, like we losing the human side of us. And it's as sad as it is, as blessed as my daughter is to have parents who can support her. I'm still afraid every moment she leaves our house, and not just because of gun violence, but because of the way that people perceive her in this world, right? But the way that, you know, people who's out there making decisions have now tried to, like, I'm like, we ain't got enough time for me to go into it. It's just, like, I really don't. Like, I really don't. It doesn't make sense to me, right? It's like everything that, like, we're in this stage and we're in this world right now where it's like, hey, we get information, we're learning information, social media, like we can find everything we want to know about life, right? It's like our kids can go find all these things, but then it's like, hey, don't talk about this in school. Don't do this in school. Don't do this. Why are we not talking about it? Why are we not educating our kids? Why are we not educating ourselves instead of trying to close the book on it? You can't close the book on what somebody want and how they feel they are. We're not going to close the book on anyone being gay, bisexual, transgender. We can't close the book on that. And that's like, I just don't understand. I personally don't understand, Poppy.
Sorry, I was muted. I wanted to bring that up, and I thought it was important because the fact that he is a father and him saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Given the fact that he said that he's not afraid because of gun violence specifically, but also the fact of how people feel about trans, especially trans women. And so he's afraid for his daughter every time she goes out the house. Can you imagine that? And given that it is Pride Month, and you know how I feel about celebratory months, you can't give me a Black History Month, and you damn sure can't give me a Pride Month. I'm prideful all year long, and I'm Black all year long. I get it, you know, you want to have one time to celebrate, but given that it is Pride Month, I wanted to open with this story, and I hope that you find those who may have trans friends or families, and those who don't, and they're still understanding the culture and the life. I hope you can see that at the core of it, these are still human beings. These are still people. They should still be loved, and they do have parents. And so that's why I wanted to open with the story with him and his daughter. And I apologize for the mute. Good morning, Hot Spicy Tea. Good morning. Good morning. Is Dwayne Wade straight? I'm going to pass the piece on this one. Is he straight? I believe he's straight. Good morning, Mildred. Yeah, you know, it be like that. It be just like that. And so that's why I wanted to share that story. The next story in like semi-local news is now can you imagine, you know, we have an 8-year-old in school. This is I want to say it's a quick local news story. You know, we'll be all over the place today. Can you imagine having a 8-year-old at school? And you know how 8-year-olds are feisty. And so everyone is collecting their toys and putting them in the basket bin. And then you have this one child who decides to just toss his in the basket bin. And you have that teacher who's probably having a badass day and gets hit by the puck, gets hit by the actual puck. And she throws the puck back at him and knocks his teeth out. Now, the school suspends her and all that good stuff, but no one presses charges. She's gone. They wished her well in her retirement. Now the family wants something to be done. Get into this story. I was like, wait, how did, wait, what? So let me share this with you all.
Play Riding for Riches this June at Grand Casino Milan. We're handing out a brand new ATV every week. Come in Fridays for your chance to score up to $1,000.
Oh my God, these ads! I never get ads, and all of a sudden I'm getting ads.
ATVs. Grand Casino. Let your story begin.
Surveillance video shows a Sherburne County teacher throwing a hockey stick at a student and knocking out one of his teeth. The State Department of Education deciding that the child was mistreated, but there's no criminal investigation. And the parents say the district even celebrated the teacher upon her departure. Courtney Godfrey has the details.
It's the end of gym class in Princeton, Minnesota, and the second graders are returning their hockey sticks.
But when 8-year-old Easton tosses his into the pile, the teacher does something shocking, throwing the stick right at the child's face.
The more I watch it, it's sad. I mean, she's like 5 feet, and it was like she didn't even hesitate. She just grabbed it and threw it with force, like she was intentionally trying to hurt him.
Easton, losing a tooth as a result of the blow, is still anxious about going to school.
He just finished second grade, he'll be going into third grade. It's a new building, it's a new school. He's been asking me, well, do they have gym class? And what do they teach? And who's their gym teacher? And what do they do?
The district says the teacher, Kim Neubauer, was placed on unpaid leave within 11 days of the incident. Her resignation accepted shortly after that. But Easton's parents say families were never notified of the incident, and the only internal email sent to staff about her leaving wished her the absolute best. In a since-deleted post on the district's Facebook page, they congratulate the teacher on her retirement, a post the superintendent now apologizes for.
What do you mean that there has to be an investigation? The teacher should just be immediately fired right there on the spot. If you know she did wrong, it's got...
Now, you know damn well that this was a cover-up by the school. So more context to this story. This happened in March 29th. The footage of the incident didn't really come to light until April. And then in April, that's when the parents and everyone started asking questions because their child did come home with this, but it wasn't as, I want to say, it probably, you know, when you see things, it becomes a lot different. So them now not saying nothing, no, don't want an investigation, and her mysteriously just retiring is them covering up because they don't want to get slapped with a lawsuit or get slapped with anything else. Shame on the principal and shame on that superintendent for offering. What the fuck you mean? We wish her well in her retirement. This bitch should be at least facing some kind of repercussion. I don't care what the child did. You don't pick up no damn stick and throw it at this child. Now y'all see he lost his tooth right there. The boy traumatized, don't know whether he can go back to school and what they're going to do in gym and all kind of shit. Yeah, it would have been a problem for me. Wow. Baby, I'm telling you, what is wrong with these people? Specifically, you know, in these schools, wow, could not have been a black child and losing one of his adult teeth. So this is what I found to be interesting was, first of all, you know, I damn sure ain't going. Somebody gonna be at the school. I mean, the being on news is one fucking thing, but that damn show ain't gonna happen. They wanted to make sure she got out since it was the end of the year and their retirement. They wanted to rush her out the door. That's exactly what they were trying to do. And I'm shocked that they didn't see past that. Like, are you kidding me? That teacher should be charged. The parents need to hit her with a hockey stick. Lawsuit. Wait, yes, I agree. Hit that motherfucker back with a hockey stick. I absolutely agree. Basically, I'm just not understanding, like, where is that okay? And then I have video footage of it. Nah, bitch, you need to, not only do you need to retire, you might need to pick another place to stay. And so I thought that was interesting. Another story I'm probably gonna keep under hot topics is this Elon Musk and Twitter thing. So our three stories this morning for hot local news. Elon Musk wanted more data, so Twitter gave it to him. So I posted something on my community wall that Elon Musk basically said, look, if y'all don't give me a data that substantiates y'all having not more than 5% bots, I'm going to pull out the deal and consider this a breach. And if it's a breach, he doesn't even have to cough up the 1 billion. Well, you know what Twitter did? Twitter gave them what is called a fire hose. And a fire hose is all the tweets, every fucking thing. And it's basically a massive trove of data, about 500 million mini web pages of tweets per day. That's per day, 500 million per day. So he has all of this data. Now, what they did, all of the economists are saying they did this so that they can inundate this man with data that he wouldn't even know how to solve his own question. He can't get out of it. Sounds like this is what it sounds like. Twitter wants that 44 billion. Oh, baby, they got their eyes set on this money. And Elon Musk just recently realized that all of the tech social media stocks, they have dropped. None of them have went up in terms of the stock market. And so he's looking like, well, damn, what does that mean for Twitter? And it's a lot that goes into that. And so now he's at a point where, how can I monetize this? How can I make money? People who are giving me loans for this are asking me questions to see if I'll be able to pay this back. And now he really wants to back out of it. My thing is, you bit off more than you can chew. Like, I understand you're the richest man in the world. I understand all of that good stuff. But to be tossing out, this really is a test of people when they be like, I can buy it, I can do it, I can get it. Sure you can, but can you really? You know, and so for me, it's so satisfying and gratifying to watch this man try to walk himself back. Like, nah, maybe I said too much. No, nigga, get your ass up here. What you need? You need some more data. You can have all the data you want. At this point, Twitter don't even give a fuck. They just giving over the data and all that good stuff. So we will see. This shall be interesting. I hope, you know, as much as I don't want him to purchase it, I just want to see if he can put his money where his mouth is. Like, nigga, can you do it? Total cover up, ridiculous. What's wrong with these? A total hell yeah. I mean, ain't no way around it. And then you have all those other kids watching. And what happened was they were gently putting their toys, the hockey pucks and the hockey sticks, inside that bin, right? He tossed his little puck. He tossed the puck into the bin. Must have hit her. Bitch, why are you bending down in the first place where everyone is coming to put their stuff? Okay. She turns around and flings a hockey stick, not puck, a stick. He tosses up, he throws a puck over there and you throw a stick. You tell me what the fuck was that? Yeah, bitch, you would have been retiring all right. You'd been retiring all right. The school board is playing stupid games. The parents just made a windfall at the expense of that district taxpayer. Well, and you know, it shocked me that they aren't as proactive. You know, I feel like I'd be sharing this with my people, like, yo, what are you doing? But to consider and like, oh wow, y'all really just gonna let this shit ride and just go to the news and she retired and y'all wish something else can be done and now you're looking for new schools. Fuck that shit, bitch. You got me confused, lost, and honestly fucked up. No, we're not gonna do this. Come on up out of there. You know, she should have been charged. She needed her career tainted. She needed her retirement on hold, like all of that good stuff. I'm so happy Elon Musk is exposing the fake disinformation of Twitter. Twitter isn't worth what Elon has offered. I value free speech. And that's the problem, Black B1. He put way up too much up for Twitter from the get-go. I think he should have really went in with forensic accountants and scientists at first, like a forensic auditor, someone who can go in first and tell him what it really looks like before him making a claim. I'll give your shareholders 44 billion for Twitter. That shit sounds good. And they bid. And now you're walking it back because now you're like, it's just like, you rich and you're making like decisions that I wouldn't even walk in saying I'll give somebody that amount of money. Bitch, you got me fucked up. No, I want Elon Musk financially crippled. He does post threat because of his arrogance. And I could totally see him misusing Twitter. And I love Twitter. Like, Twitter would be my top social media app. So I could see him fucking that up for us, like fucking it all up. Good morning, Hot Spicy Tea. Good morning. Could you imagine the child being black? And all these videos released, can you imagine, and lose a tooth? There is definitely, baby, that's the kind of feeling teachers need to have about fucking with black kids. I love the fact that we brought that up just like that. All up there, baby. What headline news? CNN, everybody be talking about like, did you see the kid that got lost his tooth, because it's more descriptive in nature. So yeah. So those were the 3 stories. Dwayne Wade and his reaction to the North Carolina anti-trans laws. North Carolina recently enacted a law, sports law for trans, basically saying that they are not allowed to play in sports or activities of the same sex, of opposite sex, that they now classify themselves as. Teacher hits the student in the face with a hockey stick, 8-year-old in the face, and loses a tooth. And then we got Elon Musk over here fronting about Twitter. So I'll stay tuned to those stories. Now let's get into hot topics. Okay. All right. So the first hot topic story that I want to talk about is Lori Harvey. So remember, I said the last time we talked about Lori Harvey, I think I said, I was like, yeah, I read the statement, and it sounded like the statement came from Michael's camp, because it read about how great he was, how much he loved, and all this good stuff, and how he let his guard down for her and all this good stuff. Well, baby, Lori Harvey's mother shares a cryptic post amid their split. Now, remember, Steve Harvey also posted something on his social media. I think he said that sometimes we need to thank God for what didn't happen. That's what he posted on his Twitter. Sometimes we need to thank God for what didn't happen. So I'm like, oh, okay. But then when she posted what she posted, now she posted this. So she posted it. I couldn't get the video because it was a story and I was too late to capture it, but I got the context of what the video said. So in this clip, the 65-year-old actress Jennifer Lewis is heard saying, "You sit in shit too long, it stops smelling. So come the fuck out of there." And fans are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you suggesting that Lori left this because it wasn't it was an unpleasant situation? Even though all reports are saying that they're heartbroken and they're all this stuff. So now it's just like, and a mother's take on it is a lot different, maybe has a little bit more weight for a woman in a relationship than the father, because I'm sure they share a lot of candid details about it. So to hear her post that, it was like, whoa. And I told you all, I said, this statement sounds like Michael is getting ahead of whatever else could come out. And we know, and I said this also, I said, we know that Lori Harvey is not going to talk about her relationship. She's not going to come out here and say nothing, but we know Harvey and her mother will. And so seeing these be some of the only statements we've heard from their side, and then considering he put out, I'm saying allegedly, his folks put out that statement, it does appear that it may have been some drama going on between the two, to the point where, he wanting to push forward a marriage and she just wasn't at that point. Maybe that may have made her feel restricted, conflicted. I don't know, but it's good to understand that it's like a regular everyday kind of love. It wasn't a fairy tale type of thing. It wasn't like, oh, we look good, we're going to be together. No, literally issues, and coupled with the fact that it's in the spotlight. So I don't want to pick a side. I just hope that they both can heal from this and move forward. And I hate this context that he's going to go date a white woman now. Because not only have the news crew said that, it's all over Twitter like, uh-oh, he about to go back. He about to revert. She was our last best chance. No, no, she wasn't. And I think Lori needs to live her life. I think she wants to have a little fun. I think she wants to be out there a little bit. And I'm not saying I always endorse my thoughtiness, but I'm not saying that that's what she wants to do. But I do think that she has some things to discover. So I thought that was interesting, seeing that they were the only two to actually say something about it. Hey, Shantae, good morning. Good morning. What's your opinion on that trans law in sports? I think I talked about it before. I said my opinion is that if there are sports that allows trans folks to play a part of it, there needs to be a criteria. There needs to be a general standard criteria that for this sport, if you are a female, that, you know, this needs to be, if it's weight, if it's height, if it's whatever that may be, you need to fall into that category. And there are trans women and trans men who may be the size, who might fit into those categories. But what I don't want is for there to be a trans woman or a trans male given by nature, by biological nature, to have an advantage over their counterpart simply because that advantage is not there. So my thing is, level the advantage out. Trans woman can still play against a biological woman. Let's just make sure all of those things are on the same footing. I'm not talking about who running the fastest. I'm talking about weight, height. I'm talking about things that truly, to me, define an advantage over another person when it comes to sports. That's how I feel about it. Because I do think, you know, if I identify as a woman and I'm a trans woman, I don't want to fucking play against no man. No, if I identify as a woman, I want to play sports against another woman. Now, me wanting to do that, I need to assume the criteria. I need to assume the eligibility. So if I want to play against that woman, I need to be of that nature. If I need to play with that woman, then I need to be it needs to be structured and deeply defined so that everyone has an opportunity and everything is equalized and there's equity and no one is more advantaged than the other. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't want to play against if I'm a straight man, I don't want to play against, I might not feel comfortable playing against a trans man, or because of size. I might feel like, that person might be either little or bigger. We got to take both sides into account. So I think that it's just you haven't brought people to the table to actually define what is the issue. Like, what I'm sure they have. And I'm sure people don't want to do that. People don't want to, it's a no. It's a no for me. That's probably what it is. It's a no for me. But for me, I think that there is an opportunity there. And you need to allow people to opt into stuff. And so if parents don't want to abide by that, then let them get the fuck out to school. Bye. We'll make room for people who do, and I'm sure there's parents and families who don't feel like that's a constriction for them. But you need to allow people who don't feel comfortable that opportunity to opt out and go to something of equal nature. That's how I feel. Like, there needs to be pathways. You don't like it? Okay, here's your next option. You want to participate? Okay, here's what you have to do. Like, you can't just say no. Why? That's how I feel. This proves that Twitter is bot central. Twitter can make certain that these are real people, but they choose to fake the numbers. So what Twitter was saying was, they justify a real account if the person tweets more than 500 tweets over, I think it was a 6-month period. Elon Musk is saying it's a bot if they're tweeting far less than that, 50 tweets over a 30-day period or something. He considers it a bot. And people are like, well, some people don't tweet like that. And so it's a really interesting article on the way he's justifying bots. They both don't justify them the same. There's really no definition of what a bot is. Every platform has their own bot. Michael B. should have okay. Michael B. Jordan should have shut the fuck up. He didn't need to call Lori a slur covertly. B1, did you get the context now that we come back to that? You get the context like, oh, now I get this shit. I see what's going on. Okay, all right, I get it. Baby, when I tell you I got it. I saw her. I was like, It was all a publicity plug. We need the inside details of Ari Lennox and Keith and how the relationship. Hold on now. I'm going to write it down. Ari Lennox and Keith. A whole 6 days. Well, Ari been going through some things. I don't know if I can blame Ari. Ari been going through some things. From her label, from just misrepresentation. I don't know. What are we talking about? Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, he finna date someone exotic. Oh, come on. Not the last of Mohicans. He ain't even straight, nor does he like black women. That's for real. Please hit the like, y'all. I appreciate it. Hey, peace. Good morning, peace. Peace. Shout out to Peace Love. Peace. Thank you for coming through this morning. We all know that in the beginnings of the relationship, the people that show up are not their real self. That's why you should never rush to a decision. And I absolutely believe that in everything. everything. Like I take that approach to everything. People show up and show their real selves far down the line from when you meet them. It's just learning how to wait that out. You got to wait the period to, okay, what the fuck you giving until you get to the comfortable point to ask those questions. I believe that wholeheartedly. Absolutely. Yes, I agree, because that swimmer was like 498 in male swimming. Now she number 1 on the women's team. Not fair to the other women. Yeah, I know. I totally see a disadvantage. However, some people feel like, you know, if I say I'm a woman, I should, in my totality, in my essence, I should be able to play on a woman's team or a woman's sport. And it's like, we understand, you know, I understand that, and I certainly understand it in the mentality. You know, if I identify as a woman or identify as male, I want to be around my peers, the people I'm most comfortable with. However, at the same time, I think that there needs to be a highly defined and very strategic too as well way of allowing trans to play in those sports with women, but allowing, you know, the women to understand that if you do fit in this criteria, you are subject to playing with a trans woman, because you all are equal when it comes to X, Y, and Z. I think that then needs to become the talk track. Like, okay, so yeah, if you want to be on this team, that is open, because yeah, they met the criteria, they met, you know, so for me, it's like a big ass conversation. I'm team Michael. You team Michael? You team Michael? Who am my team? I might be team Michael, to be honest with you. It all depends on who Lori goes to next, and I shouldn't be saying it like that. Bruce Jenner said the most factual, reasonable stance on trans in sports: create separate leagues or play under your biological sex. They say Lori already moved on. I heard. Listen, we're gonna get into Jack Harlow later, but I heard Jack Harlow. What? We're gonna get into Jack later, because I have so much to say about Jack, but I'm just gonna tease this on Jack. This is what Jack has been saying, y'all. Black women have been such a massive part of his career. Oh, we're gonna get into that later. I said, when? How? I didn't know, but we'll get into that later. So when you just said she moved to Jack Harlow, I said this must be a marketing ploy. I'm seeing him too much everywhere all at once and about some of the dumbest shit. So no shade to him, but I never saw that. I didn't know the women were for Jack Harlow like that. I called this MBJ nonsense out when you first posted it. Yes, I now I get it. Now I get it. Now I get it. Team Slora here for the shits. Here for the shits. So, you know, they were a cute couple while it lasted. We really thought this was gonna be like the it couple, but however, it doesn't seem like it was a good split, and they did split. Now, can we get into another? I don't know if it's a cute couple or not. I was just watching like, this is a little awkward to me. I gave real daddy-daughter tease, and it wasn't supposed to give daddy-daughter tease, but we're going to get into it. So, you know, Koresha, please, Young Miami has a new show, and her first guest was Diddy. And I'm going to play the part where they talk about their relationship or whatever, but in the whole totality of the interview, I thought it was great. I think she is a fantastic interview host. I like her for hip hop, like sort of gritty stuff, because she gets straight to it. She was like, all right, you want the smoke? All right, let's talk. You know, she was into it. I like her vibe. She has a lane here. This is really, really good. I could see her having conversations with other women. And so she asked him everything about love records and them too. And you know, what happened when Kim Porter passed away? How did you grieve? He said he did nothing but cry for months, about 3 months, just walked around crying. She talked about her grieving period too. So it was a great opportunity for us to see these two actually together, given all of the shit we've seen and heard about them. So get into this little cute clip. Now I can't show the whole thing because I know they're gonna flag me still, but I'm definitely gonna play this part. 1310. Let me cue it up. Look at her, looking all good.
That's a different story for a different time. So you ready to get in the smoke? Yeah, let's get to smoke.
What's up? You ready?
Yeah, let's smoke it up.
So you woke up and we was trending. Like, what's up? How you feel about that? What it was about?
I mean, it was messy. You know what I'm saying? It was messy, and I just, you know, it was one of those days, you know, and so had to polish things up, had to press the reset button, boom, and keep it moving. So I'm not trying to get messy, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to just live my life and have a good time and stay out the way, but do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Okay, so you acting bad.
Acting all the way bad.
So
I'm over here dying at you, Shantae, right now.
What's your relationship status?
All right, let's get into it.
Mr. Act Bad.
This is what we wanted to know.
I'm single, you know. I'm single, but I'm dating. I'm just taking my time with life.
All right. So what we is?
Oh,
we
sound
date.
like me.
We dating.
Hold up.
Have date.
Whole lot. How many people do that? So what about us? So like, what we doing? What's this? Like, so I mean, that's some shit I do. That's why I said I love the vibe of this. I was enjoying them just having a regular conversation. It made me feel like this is the shit I be doing. Like, so what the fuck are we doing? Like, I need to know. It's an interesting document called "What Is a Woman?" I suggest the view. I post that on my wall. What is a woman? Is it controversial? Should I post it on my wall? Team Slur here for this shit. I don't wait. Michael called Lori a slur. No, he didn't call her a slur, but we were implying that him putting all those nice undertones for himself by saying, I was there. I opened my heart up for her. I really thought she was the one. By pushing it off on her, making it seem like she just didn't want to settle down with him. That undertone of she's a slur. Baby, thank you. Who is Jack Harlow? But we gonna get into it later because I see the game and I'm not going. I'm not buying tickets and I'm not watching at all. Are you fucking kidding me? You're not gonna just come up here all of a sudden you all for black women. Where is Rihanna? Scrolling and trolling. I'm all here for this name. Good morning, daddy, daughter, tease. It really, y'all look at this and tell me. I mean, it's cute conversation, but I was like, he's aging. We rarely get to see him close up like this anymore, but seeing him in the face, I'm like, oh, Diddy, you're aging. Oh, okay. You should be wanting to fall in love and do different things now because you're aging. Even in this, he talked about how they just randomly go to cities and he just like to do dates and he likes love and all this good stuff. I'm like, now your face is matching up to the things that are coming out of your mouth. And maybe your mentality is too. I'm here for it, honestly. Cringing already at Diddy with anyone. Jack, I knew B1. I already knew when I said, when I literally was looking at the article and I clipped it, I said, yeah, I know who this is for. Let me go on and put that right there because I want to see. He is. Lori's trying to get white dollars. They both faking and using each other. He is. They are, Peace. They are. She ain't discussing him talking money from Danny Kane. D26 told the man. Now you see what you're doing? Listen, you had me over here rolling, being very nice without them cue cards. Good and goddamn well. I know she wouldn't have been able to struggle the form. She was over. The card probably said, "Ask Diddy about your relationship. You want the smoke?" I'm for it. Somebody call Gail. Given, never mind. They ate together. They are dating. AK. Period. Diddy is running trains on her. She's a high paid. But why she got to get trains ran on her though? What's this is much more age appropriate than what we is on a national syndicate. I just cannot. What we is. Mike, go sleep. They are not fucking, maybe shopping and picking up shoes and dresses, but what other story? Oh, I got another story where I think that might be a little bit of what I think is going on, but you hit the nail on the head without they ain't fucking. Hey Sophia, it's good to see you. We had a great time jamming out on Monday night. Okay. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. She matches his energy, doesn't she? I could see them, but it's funny because I could see them just kicking it, just like out. Just what you talking about? Like He an old queen, not giving daddy daughter, more like mama. You know what? Y'all are not right. Y'all just fucking with him. It is not controversial, but it ain't for the sensitive. Okay. He screwed over so many black artists. He didn't seem sure with some of those questions. Okay. Y'all know Diddy is 65 years old. I had to sit back and think like, wait a minute now. I literally did walk over and sit by human. I literally had to say, wait. So let's finish this out.
We're friends. We go to exotic locations. We have great times. We go to strip clubs, church. I'm gonna take you to church.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, like, what you like about me? Because people be like, she ain't his type. People talk to her. So, what is it about me that you like about me? Like, why are you fucking with a city girl?
I mean, because you're authentic. You know? You're like one of the realest people I ever met. You know what I'm saying? And you're authentically yourself. And you're a great mother. And, you know, a great friend. You just have a good time. You know?
Is that fun?
Time. Yeah, you the funnest. You the funnest.
Oh, you got the fun girl title.
But then also you Carisha, and then so you know.
So Carisha is.
Carisha, I get advice from Carisha. You know what I'm saying? Carisha tell me like, yo, don't be in your head, and you know, you're just a good friend. Everybody that's a friend of yours will tell you like that you're a great friend.
So it definitely appears that they just, you know, they fucking around. This definitely give me, we fucking tease. Like, we just fucking, we, you know, go out to eat, go travel, go shop. She spend my money and shit, but, you know, smashing and dashing. That's what I got from it, like, on some fuck type thing. And she, you know, apparently she here for it. And I don't, listen, at this point, that's her. She been doing it, and I guess it fits the agenda. Diddy is AARP. Black don't crack. His face been blank. Now remember, he still be having to think. He got to process what he be saying is fun, bitch, no ma'am. He definitely gave like you're a fun girl. Like my question is, if they ain't anything, why was she beefing online with his longest standing stripper traveling fuck friend Gina? Ain't man one you are numero uno. And she trying now. She got the show, and he's her first guest on the show. Hey, boo doo, good morning. And you at the church, talking about some you know, we go to church, and she was like, church. And he was like, yeah, I would love to take you to church. Well, why you say we go to church, nigga? You ain't stop trying to sound good for the cameras. Church, Diddy going to church? Okay, all right. I'm not feeling it. You not hot spicy tea? Is it giving like daddy? I don't know why I was laughing and crazy at the same time watching this interview last night. I was looking like, wow, she's doing it. Nothing. No, she probably has not even seen the eggplant. Ugh, I don't even want to think about him like that. She's young. Have fun, girl. Okay. All right. So let's move right along. So Miss Toby, I have to shout Miss Toby out because on this next story, when I talked about it on Monday, it was just speculation. Nick Cannon appears to have suggested he has a ninth child on the way, and Abby De La Rosa is reportedly the mom. Now, I got the little clip, and I'm going to play it for you how he said it. But when I tell you, his baby moms, they throw the coochie to him just, you got it, you giving it to him on Tuesday? Are you giving it Wednesday? All right, girl, you know I'm going on Monday. I'm going on Monday because I got an appointment on Tuesday. That's what it appears. Like, they just, whoever take the role. You got to listen. I'm not saying this because I'm just saying it. Listen to what this man says about this situation. So he went on Angela Yee's lip service, and she asked, like, you know, the headlines are speculating, like, you know, you having something at the end of this year? And bro, man went on to go ahead in a nonchalant kind of way and say, I mean, and I'm just sitting here like I verbatim remember on Monday saying, now, y'all, I think she just clout chasing. She trying to draw people to her OnlyFans. It ain't nothing here. Because I was still going under the auspices he was going to be celibate. He wasn't going to be messing with anybody. He, you know, he's wrapping it up. Child, the man said he done got depressed late December of last year. And baby moms just came through. They all came. They just was coming through. You get, and he literally says, "You get vagina. You get vagina." I said, "That must be nice." Is that what it is? Is that what it is? You have a bunch of baby moms, and now you have many options to choose from. I don't know. I'm just here like I was very shocked by it. Let Carisha secure the bag in peace. She is here for the spree. Okay, Nick Cannon. I'm just Nick is smuggling salami rolls. The big ones. On Revolt, who else would be her first guest? JT, Lil Yachty. Who thinks Carisha wants to be really interviewed by her? Again, no shade. This was the only card to play for her show on his network. You're right. No, you're right. That's why he was her first guest. I could see her doing JT and Lil Uzi Vert, having them two sit down and talk about their strange ass relationship. Because I swear I thought Lil Uzi was on the team. Pathetic. Just pathetic. Nick Cannon, he like Oprah. You get a baby and you get a baby, and you look good too. You want a baby. We just recently lost a child. I have a problem with him. And that is why they was throwing the stuff, because he got depressed about, let me just play the damn clip. Let me play this clip. Because I was sitting here thinking like, damn, they must be, they have to be willingly, somebody got to willingly give it up. What's the timestamp? 2150. All right, let's move it back. Pause on a play. All right.
With this whole therapy, this celibacy, this... Yo, so you were right there. Okay, I'm glad I get to talk about this. So obviously, I did my therapist while I started my show and stuff had told me I needed to chill out. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yo, let's try celibacy.
Right.
And that was like October. Like
January.
No, I didn't even make it to. I was supposed to go. That was the whole thing. I was supposed to make it to the top of the year, but then obviously I would start going through some stuff with, just I got depressed, like with the loss of my son and stuff. So in December, and the thing is, because everybody saw I was so down.
Listen, y'all.
So everybody's like, let me just give him a little vagina. And that's
I know what makes him feel better.
And that's what, and I fell victim to it because I was in a weak state. So December, especially right before Christmas, I started fucking like crazy, and that's when it like so. I broke the celibacy, but I was probably celibate for probably like a month and a half strong. I mean, you were there. I was trying to do it. Yeah. I had a new show, new energy. I was dealing with a lot.
I was there. Like I was every day. Like, so what you doing?
So October 22. So around the holidays, we should be expecting some.
All these September, October babies on the way.
Let me ask you this. Y'all are pretty good at math.
No, because they always say that's a popular month because people have sex during the holidays.
Yeah.
And so, okay, have you ever thought you had a baby and it turned out not to be yours?
Listen, I don't know what else to say about this man. He thought he could do it, then he couldn't do it. And literally a month and a half later, everybody was giving him some gina so he could feel better. I don't see him stopping having kids. And apparently in this interview, it's not just one child on the way. There's children on the way. So I don't know if there's a set of twins or if there's some more kids by multiple, but there's children on the way. So Nick Cannon, I'm not even believing you saying, just, I guess at this point, do what you do. If they damn, he must be hitting the other wall, like on the other side of the wall. He must be hitting that bitch, because god damn. I mean, and I remember him losing his show, losing a baby. I mean, fell victim, okay. Penis. Let's try, but okay, just go ahead and do it. That might be too much of a big of an investment for him to do. I wonder if Nick Cannon is sick. How does he spend time with all them? How much is his child support? Well, he is sick. I don't know how he spent time with him. I don't even think the mothers at a certain point, I don't even think they consider like, okay, it's fine. All right. I told my grandkids, don't be out here moving like Nick Cannon. He just need to try masturbation. Oh my God, Nick Cannon gonna be on the next episode of Is That Our Father? They're gonna have a baby in the confessional room on the bed. But you need to ask yourself about these women. That penis has been everywhere. No, I mean, your child at hitting, yeah, he gotta be doing it. And I mean, so is it common practice for baby moms, multiple, more than 3, to double back with the baby dad, even if he's messing with the other baby moms? Like, is it okay because they baby moms? And would it be different if there was a side chick and they didn't have kids together? That's what I'll be thinking. Like, well, it's a baby mom, so you in the family, so it's all right. You already know what it's like, girl. Get it? Or is it still that no, bitch? Like, I don't know how that is, but in my mind, I feel like for some women, you already had it. You had a baby by him. It's cool. We all good. But if that bitch try it, it's on site. Is that what it is? He's suffering from lupus, right? That is village pain. People give him a pass because he has money. No way he's present for all of those kids. I always wonder how he moves so much having lupus, how he has enough money to make life easier, but still. Right. And it definitely can make you tired. It can affect your organs. I don't know. He got another one. I know it's gonna make it really difficult for him to settle down, like get married and have a whole family. Because I think what wife or what woman want to be a party to that unless you are already a baby mom. Nick Cannon, I don't have no advice for you. I just do what it is you do what you do. I just don't know what else to say at this point. It's like I don't know. I was rooting. Listen, hold up. I forgot. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you learn something from this? Period. Okay, that's how I was fucking feeling. I was rooting for you. We were rooting for you. And I hope you learned something from this. You're gonna have a child every year now. Are you kidding me? So I'll stay tuned to the ever growing story of Nick Cannon and his babies. Now, I didn't talk about this. I wanted to wait for more details to come out about this story, but rapper Trouble. So I don't know if you all have heard about rapper Trouble and how he passed away. Rapper Trouble, he was fatally shot by his girlfriend at the time. I don't even know if it was his girlfriend or not, but his girlfriend, she shot hold on, I'm trying to remove this off the screen. So apparently a woman that he was in the bed with, or who I guess a girlfriend or not, they were asleep. The woman woke up to being punched in the face by this guy. And as the rapper Trouble tried to stop and get in and break it up, the guy pulls his handgun and shoots the rapper in his chest. Police recall he died on the scene. And so, however, the woman had recently broke up with him like 2 weeks ago after being in a 3-year relationship with him because he had physically abused her. And so she called it off. And she said at the time they were arguing about him not having a job and not helping her pay her bills. And so, you know, they got into a physical altercation. She called it off. 2 weeks later, she's, you know, sleeping with rapper Trouble. And then this happens. Now, she didn't file a police report. She didn't do any of that in the first situation. And what was her reason why she didn't file a police report? I'm trying to figure out why she declined to. She said she had called 911 but did not file a police report because Jones fled the scene. He had not been back to the home where they've been living together in the week since. And so I'm a sign-looking guy. I have to look for the sign. So first of all, rest in peace to Trouble, the rapper in Trouble. Yeah, I wasn't too familiar with him. I think I heard maybe a couple of songs in years past, but wasn't too familiar with this rapper. But rest in peace to him. Now, this woman, definitely should have filed a police report. You should have enforced that, because 9 times out of 10, the man was going to come back to the residence that y'all lived in for 3 years, that you lived in, but been in a relationship together for 3 years. All signs, indicate he's going to come back. And that way, if you had a police report, if you had anything, that could have been exercised then. Now I was thinking, like, what if rapper Trouble wasn't there and it was just you, right? And he came back and physically attacked you, and it was deadly, and he got away with it. No one saw him or anything like that. That's why filing a police report would have been critical here, because had that happened, the police would have been able to easily identify him and, you know, charge him. He's already had a charge. He probably would have been in jail during his time, you know, being held. You know, we don't know what the circumstances is, but I think that could have been the game changer in this situation had you filed the police report. Now, I'm not blaming you. Of course, love strikes. You know, who knows how you were feeling in the situation? You may were still thinking that y'all were lovers, but I think that would have been the moment that would have done something. Maybe you got a restraining order. Maybe you've had something happen, but it didn't. Then the next thing I was wondering was, did he break in the door? Or how did he gain access into the house to just come in and just start punching you in the face? I know rapper Trouble wasn't a top selling artist, but I wanted to rule out the fact that this was an inside job, like they were working together. Because, you know, all you sustained was a punch in the face. You didn't get shot. Typically, scorned lovers do kill their lovers as well, not just the person there. So all those things ran through my mind. So it's still, for me, a developing story. I still want to hear more details about it, but I definitely think the details surrounding this story are very sad. I wonder if just thinking these are the women that he's gotten pregnant. How many other women has he just been sleeping around with? Nick got a harem, so they sharing the D haram. Well, obviously lupus has not affected that organ. The children can't be getting the attention they deserve, let alone create a bond with the other siblings. My daughter has lupus. Oh, okay. I wish you her health, well wishes to her health and everything. I hope she's all on the up and up. Hot spicy tea. Thank you for sharing that. Wow, Nate, just the thought, nothing. I feel sorry for the mother of his son that passed away. Right, watching all of this shit go on. I wonder if his children even know who he is, because he spends no quality time with them. No, not at all. Period. No respectable women would settle down with him while he was asleep. Yep, I was never for Nick and his biracial soccer teams. Wow, all the females he messed with are coming out sharing their memories. And it's so sad. Yeah. Change your locks, people. I just didn't understand the whole, you know, some women don't file reports because they feel like it will make the situation worse. They just hope the guy moves on. Yeah, Joe. Sadly, that's a hard truth right there. That's a really hard truth. And, you know, in some cases we see that it does get worse. And that just goes to show the flaws in the system. Me calling 911 should not make my situation worse. It should definitely make my situation better. Again, rest in peace to Trouble, and I send my condolences to his family and to this woman. I really do hope she gets some counseling and help that she'll need, and I hope this guy goes to jail for a senseless act. You get ready for your road trip. All right, you have a good one. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? You know I love a good road trip. All right, now let's get into Kanye. So, you know, this title is going up. Kanye West heartbroken over Pete Davidson spending time with his kids. It's deeply unsettling. And so we saw this happen. Now, this came out, is a date on that? No, this had happened, I want to say, over this weekend, a little bit earlier this weekend. And so this picture was shown with Pete Davidson holding Saint's hand at the Cheesecake Factory. Or is that North? Well, he was holding one of their children's hand, you know, with the hair nowadays. Everyone's growing their hair and shit. At the Cheesecake Factory. And so I'm like, oh God, y'all know shit like that does spiral Kanye West. First of all, we're not talking about no Joe Schmo. We're not talking about no common man. We're talking about Kanye West, who can afford whatever he wants and how he chooses to take care of his kids. Now, granted, he's not there with Kim, who's taking care of her child. But I think there needs to be, because certainly you don't want to see Kanye with the kids out with another woman. So I think that should be the same on the other flip. I think Pete is crossing the lines a lot of the times. Granted, I know you don't want to get your picture taken. I know you probably didn't solicit people to do this, but you can't go through the back door. They couldn't have your table already set for you. Like, try to cut down on shit that's going to make not only Kanye hate you, but other people look at you like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, what's going on here? You look like you're coming off as being a jerk, an asshole. Now, granted, he didn't know. I can hear people saying he didn't know the camera was going to come. They didn't know he was going to take a picture. I get all of that. At the same time, these folks go to restaurants all the time. We only see the ones that get put out there. Why? Because they go through the fucking back door the other times. They find other ways to do it, or they do it at home. I don't think that this was a cool thing for him to do, which lends me to the point where we now are hearing Kanye West sparks, Chaney Jones split rumors after date with mystery woman. And so I was like, I posted on my community wall, like, nah, ain't this a bitch? She done moved on that quickly. Well, I dug deeper into the story, and it's not as lovey-dovey as we think it is. So here's the picture that we saw of, I think her name is Margot. I'll say her name in a few seconds, but this is the picture that we saw, and as you can tell, they're cozied up at the movie theater. And she posted this at the same time on her Snapchat of her sitting at the movie theater. And this is her name right there, Monica Corrigan. Monica Corrigan, that's her name. However, if you all remember, Kanye West mentioned her before. Last year when West and Drake were in beef, Drizzy leaked a song by Ye and Andre 3000 titled Life of the Party. In the song, Kanye is heard rapping the lyrics, so don't text me like I'm Juanita JCV, or more important, Monica Corrigan, who was there for me. Somebody really there for me was rare for me. So I instantly go back to here, to here, to here, somebody really there for me. And I just said, this is just simply probably a friend that's there for him at this current moment in time. If they're dating, oh well, but in the statement that he's made past in his lyrics, he's definitely meant that this was somebody who was there for him, which was rare for him. And then we get to see this all over social media, them two posted up together. And that can merely be a friendship, and someone brought up earlier about beards and, they go shopping and shit. A lot of times, and I'm not saying he's gay, but I think a lot of times Kanye West like to kick it with these women, like to go shopping, go turn up, go, style them. You got to remember, he's a stylist at heart. He likes fashion. He gets into all of that shit. And, a lot of times men aren't going to go around with you doing all that shit. And you certainly don't want to spend your money on a man dressing him up, your homies, and, your camp. So he finds a pretty lady or may have contact with them and he hangs with them. I don't think all of these are sexual situations. I absolutely don't. In this instance, I don't think it is. I think he's just kicking it with her for the time being, given that, he may be heartbroken about his child spending time at the Cheesecake Factory with Pete Davidson. So that was my take on that. And I had to walk back because, I certainly was like, damn, nigga, what are we doing? Now, Chaney Jones going to get the Ye tattoo may have just been an overstep, an overkill, but hey, it's Kanye West. She got a tattoo. It was a moment in time in her life. She can always go back to, yeah, that's when I was dating Kanye, so it is what it is. At that point, it's like, what you going to do? Take it off? No, bitch, he's probably still got connections to that man. Kanye forever. Oh, VA Beach with Breakfast Boo. Oh, all right. You have fun. You enjoy that. You got to let us know how that went down. Kanye forever. Okay. I see it too. Kanye wanted these biracial kids at any cost. Now look what he got. So you think all of this is his fault? Okay, I know, but we outside. That's the price he have to pay for marrying into the Trashdashian. So what we got? What's the other name we gave them? The Kardashians and then the Trashdashians. Pete is publicly trying to outparent Kanye. No, B1, I see it. And that shit makes me mad because it's like, go have your own fucking child. Go fuck Kim now. Go get her pregnant. Go use IVF. Don't play with this man. He's already telling you all he's in a vulnerable state. You know what I'm saying? Don't preempt him. And shame on Kim. Now, granted, I can only speak from a point. I don't know what she knows or if she tried to stop him or if she wasn't aware it was going to happen like this or if she reprimanded him after this. But the fact that it got out and it's shared like this, sort of pisses us off. You remember a month ago, we were reporting about how North was riding around in the pink car on their encampment, Kim's encampment, in the golf cart and Pete was driving it and they were all lovey-dovey. Nobody want to see that shit. You know, I could see if he was a deadbeat dad, but he's not. You know, I remember showing the clip of him taking his kids to the fire station to get a ride to school in the fire truck. It's a billionaire. I don't want that picture to be painted out of him. Kim Trashian. If Kanye really was about his kids, he would keep them Instagram thoughts offline. I don't think they his thotties though, B1. I don't think some of them are his thotties. They call Kanye genius. He's more of a savant. He's a man boy, definitely has some issues that he needs to work out. He should have worked on them before he had a family. And partly, you remember he lost his mom, Donda. And so that was a big part of him losing a lot of his family because that was a big part of his family, his mother. So is Skeet gonna be on 20? Oh yeah, they already brought him in. He already in. I knew it was gonna happen. An example, Rain Man. I love that movie, Rain Man. And also he compared his life to what's the movie? I went and actually bought the movie where the guy was living in a fake world. Every day they would wake up and treat him the same way every day until he realized that he was living in a fake world. If Kim has any more babies, they will definitely be outsourced. Hey, the Unfiltered Muffy. No, why they gotta be outsourced? Good morning, the Unfiltered Muffy. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Indeed, Nate, protected class and the creative, love us or leave us alone. Okay, at this point, they like doing then to trigger him. That way he acts out erratically and they use it to keep him away from his kids. I think that's it too, like to build a case up against them. The Kardashian leaked their news. Nothing is a surprise to them. Right, outsource the baby. That's it. The Truman Show. The Truman Show. Kanye West compared his life to the Truman Show. And when he did that, I went and bought the movie to watch it. And I said, are you kidding me? It's a very interesting movie if you get into that kind of shit. But I said, oh, I could see how he into it. Now you got to stay with it. The first 10 minutes will have you drained. But after the 10, because it's explaining what's going to happen and how the movie is going to be. But I think it was a good movie. That manager is behind all this. She always pump out her kids. She feel any publicity is good publicity. What's her name? Kris Jenner. I can't even stand her face. It just looks like it is just real fake, leather fake. Like if you scratch it, nothing happens. It just flick right back up. Bling, bling, bling. Is it good? Pimp. It's good. I liked it. I liked it. It kept my interest because I was thinking about it being Kanye West. All right. Now let's get into this Milan Christopher. Baby, we were just fucking talking about the show. And if you all don't remember, I gave the review and I said that, the person who was in need of most improvement was Rio, Carry-On, and Moolah, right? Then I said Milan was the person who was the most overrated. Like he highly thinks of himself more than anybody else does. And I get it. Some of us do, but he does it publicly. Like, ain't no way I'm coming out here like I'm not. No, this nigga does it publicly all the time, more than anybody else does publicly. I never hear no one else come out and say Milan is the second and third. But Milan will tell you in a heartbeat, yeah. And it's like, when you're a natural born leader, that shit happens for you. It comes naturally. So, well, anyways, now Milan, Bad Boys LA star Milan Christopher has announced that Bad Boys Atlanta auditions without Zeus TV cosign. So we literally left the finale with everybody on a good note, them making a video, all of that good stuff, right? So what happened? If the show was okay, what happened? I tell you what happened. See, Milan thought this was going to be his show. He literally thought he was going to be stamped. This was going to come out. He was going to be the hottest. He wasn't. That nigga was overshadowed by Darrell. I'm keeping it a whole 100. He was not the star of that show. And after all of the juicy beef that they've been festering behind the scenes between him and Anthony, between him and Natalie, because Anthony and Natalie are tight, right? They're tight. So part of the reason he's on the show and he was so protected and looked good throughout the season, I started putting two and two together. But Anthony and Natalie started then, shunning, or not shunning, but like feeling some kind of way about Milan. They're Milan separate. And you got Gutta, who's like, fuck him, fuck them. And now you got Moolah siding with Milan, and I'm gonna play a couple of videos of them actually giving their side of the story. So I think it's interesting how this came out. So Milan goes on to post this to his IG: Bad Boys Atlanta season 1 casting call. And he puts in the comments, which I thought it was so funny, because I instantly said to myself, this is not going to work for you, Milan. And I can tell you why, and I'm gonna mark my words. You already know how I know, but he says this just in: calling all bad boys from all over the world. Bad Boys ATL season 1 is casting all new bad boys. Come ready to turn up and show us why you should be casted as the next ATL bad boy. Executive produced by Milan Christopher for this streaming network. Now he says, make sure you follow the network and your 9 judges for June 18th auditions. Then he goes, bad boys, and lists these bad boys out, including himself. And so I instantly was like, yeah, if you're doing this show, you cannot be a bad boy. You cannot be a bad boy in this show. First of all, you're 38 years old. Okay. You're casting a fucking Bad Boys ATL show. You cannot be the executive. We've already saw this on Chasing, what it was at Dallas, where they had the executive producer of that show in the fucking cast, and it doesn't work because we know you want to look good. And the shows don't work when Milan looks good, because we know we don't fucking like Milan. Milan does not look good. Milan, we like you when you're really you, when you're up against real conflict that we know that you're going to try to figure out how to get out of, not this fake shit that's going to make you look like you're the best and you're all this glitz and glory. So I don't see you being a part of a cast, because some niggas going to get mad, just like we saw in this other show. So take yourself out of it. I know you want to be, my God, I never met somebody who wants just so much attention as much as he, and it's just so disgusting to me. It's like, bro, were you dropped? Like, did you miss the attention? So he posts this. So Zeus comes back. So Zeus posts this: the Zeus network has been made aware that Milan Christopher has issued a casting call for a show called Bad Boys Atlanta. Well, this show is not affiliated with Zeus, and the use of the Bad Boys name in connection with this program is a violation of Zeus's exclusive intellectual property rights. Zeus must protect the use of its intellectual property, and as a result, Zeus has issued a cease and desist to Mr. Christopher pertaining to his unauthorized use of Zeus trademark and other rights. Now, I got to stop there, because let me tell you, Zeus did not have the Bad Boys franchise as a reality television program. Okay, that's the difference. You can Bad Boys t-shirts and commodity and products. They had a trademark as specific to this, but they had to do it under quiet, because there was already a Bad Boys show out here produced by Gemini Films. So when they did theirs, they had already trademarked it, right? However, they did not go after their predecessors. That's why Gemini Films didn't sue Bad Boys LA when it came out, because it was like they already got the trademark, best just to leave it as it is. Well, now you got Milan coming after them, thinking that he's going to be able to push this shit forward. And I'm just sitting here laughing like, okay, we're going to see, because you don't have your information and your facts right. The first thing he said was, there's Bad Boys everywhere. There's Bad Boys, a show already on YouTube. You can't sue me. All right, bro, Mr. I got money and ain't really got a dime. So furthermore, Mr. Christopher's contract, as well as the contracts for Rio and Moolah Mo with Zeus, contains an exclusivity period provision in which they agreed that they would not appear on another reality television program until June 2023, without first obtaining Zeus's written permission. Accordingly, Mr. Christopher, Rio, and Moolah Mo are not permitted to appear on another reality series at this time. Now, this is funny, because in that first part of this statement, it says that that they have an exclusivity period, right? That they cannot join another show after June 2023 without first obtaining Zeus written permission. And so I said, well, if they knew that they couldn't join another show, I wonder what it means for them to be executive producers of a show, if that still allows them that opportunity without them being on an actual show. And what classifies a show? Are you saying it has to be on a network? Could it be on IG? Could it be on Facebook? Like, what other maneuvers can Milan pull to get around the not put on television? And so they also went on to say, we apologize for any confusion surrounding the next installment of the Bad Boys franchise. Currently, we look forward to the second season's audition of Bad Boys in Houston, Texas this weekend. Additionally, the Baddies franchise premieres this Sunday. And I already told y'all, I hope they have a Bad Boys Houston. So it's interesting that they're down in Houston doing some casting calls. So this has all been a huge fucking mess. So get into what Milan response to them releasing that statement. Get into what he had to say. Oh, ragamuffin. Just the lips bother me. Why does this man bother you? Why does he bother you so much? Milan, take a back seat on a rainy day,
Dear
honey.
Zeus, ill Lemuel Plumber, dear Natalie Nunn. Sweetie, you don't own the rights to a fuck ass thing. It's a Bad Boys movie, Bad Boys Records, and there has been tons of motherfucking Bad Boys TV shows before you even came out with motherfucking Bad Boys LA. So releasing a statement saying your intellectual property, you don't have any intellectual property that has anything to do with Bad Boys Atlanta, which has actually been copyrighted and trademarked by me. So go mind your motherfucking business, bitch. And with that being said, make sure you guys come out to June 18th for the Bad Boys Atlanta casting call. Make sure you click on MCTV Streaming Network and fill out your applications so you guys can come out and have the opportunity to be on a new show. Dear Zeus, still Lemuel Plumber, dear Natalie.
It's already been copyright, trademarked, and all that good stuff. Do y'all know the period to do that kind of stuff? Like, you don't just go and do it and it happens. There's a period that waits, especially given on the industry you're trying to trademark in, your copyright in. I tried to Google and find his trademarks, especially in the trademark database. I couldn't find anything. Well, I found some shit under his name. It was for like some products on Milan Christopher, I think it was like apparel or some shit, but I couldn't find anything relative to a Bad Boy. So it sounds good, but don't always believe what people say, because it's easier to say that shit and get off, and you really don't have no meat and potatoes. Now get into Moolah and Milan. These two right here, baby. I never expected it. I never expected it, but it happened.
Y'all, what's up? You know, I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys really quick. How you doing? No good, no problem. And just go over some stuff. Go see the copyright, the trademark, all of those things. So we definitely are shooting Bad Boys ATL, and also they put out another statement about, you know, us not being able to do shows or be on a reality TV show. Whoever said that we were going to be on this show? I mean, me and Moolah and Rio are casting all new Bad Boys. We're the executive producers of the show. Okay? So, you know, this is a losing battle for them and all of the shit that they're saying, because everything that they're saying, we're not dumb. Neither me nor Moolah. Moolah is a businessman. He owns a car dealership. He owns Talk Money, nothing else. We're not little kids.
Pause. Side note, doesn't Moolah look constipated? Like, I don't know what is going on with him. He looked a little constipated to me. What is going on, Moolah?
We're not dumb, so we know exactly what the fuck we're doing. We know what's going on, how to move, how to maneuver, and also, I think it's important for y'all to understand that Bad Boys Club was created by a guy named Karan on Gemini Films 8 years ago. Okay. Gemini Films Bad Boys Club is on their 8th season. They're on their 8th season. It's been on the fucking internet for years. Natalie never, ever created that show. And that's why they didn't trademark it. That's why they didn't LLC it. That's why they don't have no rights to anything. If you guys go to your search engines right now and type in badboysla.com, and you'll see where it'll take you. If you guys go type in your search engine badboyshouston.com, you're gonna see who owns all of that. Okay? So go ahead, do yourselves a favor and stop listening to the ops. Natalie is one of the most vindictive persons that we have ever experienced. That's why we decided that we wanted to venture out and do our own thing. because of all of the mess and drama that went on while we were on set. It was times where, you know, we were in danger and all type of shit on that set where they were being negligent to the people, this unsafe environments.
Yeah. So that was their statement on it. Now, one thing I can agree with him is Natalie can be messy. We saw through it, and I'm so glad we did the review the way we did it. We didn't just look at the characters, we looked at the show, the way it was detailed. We talked about the producers. Remember when they stepped in on the scene? I was like, now look at Natalie. Look at how she shut up real quick. We talked about all of that. So as we saw on this show, Natalie was very much so. She had a favorite. She picked people. We saw how she came in the show. And so I could see how she could be vindictive and nasty and messy towards certain cast members. And that's always a fail when you're an executive producer of a multi-cast show, when you have multiple people casted to be sort of the anchors of the show. So I could see her being messy. Now, do I feel like Bad Boys ATL has a chance, a chance? The only reason I think Bad Boys ATL has an opportunity to survive this is because, first of all, he has Sydney Starr and a couple of other people, I guess, around the judging this or around this, so they're bringing some attention to this. But secondly, is because I feel like they lost. Then I'm being honest, Bad Boys LA lost some of their this season by allowing people like Jonathan to leave the show at the expense of Milan. Jonathan would have carried, he would have walked right up to Milan's spot, and we would have been moving right on to Bad Boys LA season 2. We don't have that other person on this show now, LA, who fits that role of most self-overrated. Like, they feel themselves, they can walk in the house and own the shit. Milan thought he could, but he really can't, so he's gone. But Jonathan, I really felt like he would have been the next person up on that plate. But unfortunately, y'all made the decision to axe him at the expense of Milan. Now look where Milan is. Oh, I'm sorry. So now what show do you have? Darrell, Gutta, Anthony, Curtis, all the nice people, all the ones who aren't really in that role. And so I feel like she is pissed about that. I feel like she is mad about that. Now Milan can go and create a whole show built off of what information he got from this show. Hell yeah, they salty. Hell yeah, they're salty. Let's see. Where we at? I cannot stand him. What is Booty Cheeks doing now? He just made his own show without permission. Surely did. Zeus told him to knock it off with the knockoff. Okay, Mulan not wanting to be around the gays too much, wants to be in Atlanta. Now who goodness grief. Which one of you all said before they don't think there's any straight men on that show? It's just funny to me that you're right. Hey, the audition alone will be a hot, saucy mess. Now, if he'd got Saucy Santana or Lil Nas X or someone involved like that on that level, he'd have shut the fuck up out of Bad Boys LA. But again, the only one who will be involved in that brand would be Saucy Santana. Always on time. Good morning, AJ. Good morning. Good morning, Kings Mina. Good morning. Pretty sure he found a loophole of some sort. I'm thinking he did too. But it doesn't negate that he can't get litigation. It doesn't mean that he can't be sued for some reason. No, they'll find if that man hop on camera in any shape, fashion, form that pertains to this show, they will try to take his ass to court. I'm sure they'll try to find something out. His best wishes would have been to wait till June 2023, but he don't understand how to play the game too much. Malaka's a game L after L. He is so annoying. Hold on, you all. I had to cough. The lip tint. Oh, That's what it was. Lip tint. I thought he was just sucking his lips too hard for the camera. You know how people like Cool J. I'm always concerned about him doing that. He used to be cuter than that. I really do. Remember, I said this though. I said, Milan, if you do get a show, I said this earlier in our reviews. I was like, Milan, you should get your own show and do sort of like what Monique did with the boys, like charm school, gay charm school, whatever. Put yourself in a leadership role. Put yourself in a role where you lead in the girls, and you're funny, cute, and you can do it in a way that maintains you being how you want to look, but you're also getting these girls together. Like, no, you know, you can have them planning parties. You can be doing all kinds of things. You don't necessarily have to be a bitch. I don't understand why in the gay community, we feel like to be the shit, we got to be mean. We got to be bitch. What? We got to be all of that. No, I don't know what. No, you can be very much so on your game, about your shit, graceful, classy, all of that shit. You ain't got to be, bitch. That shit to me is like, I did that when I was 22, 23, 24. I'm an older man now. I'm looking at the girls like, y'all doing that still? Child. You know, so for me, it's just watching Milan do this. It takes away from me wanting to, as a gay man, 4 years younger than him. Like, are you for real? You still interested in that? So he used to be a lot. He was drinking Kool-Aid. Oh, that's what it was. Or rubbing some lipstick, lollipop on his lips. I wonder whatever happened to Moolah friend that was his roommate. Curtis. You talking about Curtis? Curtis still on the show. Moolah yo boo. Rico, Moolah yo boo. Sitting there looking like the Jolly Green Giant. Uh-oh. When losers be losing, saying they winners, I can't with Milan. Be saying that Nelly's on another show with that crazy girl that messes with Blueface. Christiana Rock. Sounds real pornographic to me. Apple phones production. You know, when people get a new iPhone, all of a sudden they're producing. We, the public who have watched Nelly Nunn, knew that she's messy and vindictive. Milan Crystal didn't play the game right and was the most disliked on the show. That's all this is about. B1, this is all about how he came off looking on this show. That nigga thought he was gonna come off that show like head bitch in charge. Once them last 3 episodes came out, last 4, because the last 2 was whack as fuck, except for the finale. The ones that I did, and we saw him get his ass tore up. Not tore up necessarily, but the whole situation of Jonathan, it's sort of his ego took a blow. He took a hit to his ego, like maybe you ain't that bad, nigga, and you got your friend beat up too. Maybe you ain't as tough as we thought, you know. And I don't think he was expecting Zeus to orchestrate that way. And for me, I honestly felt like that was a long time in the making. I felt like when we started hearing about Andrew Caldwell being on the show, and they started leaking footage and shit, I felt like at that time they had filmed some of this shit, some of all of this stuff that's happening. And this was a lead up in the making. Like, he knew that this was already happening. We was going to see his angle like this in the show, which now it helped me to understand why he is so hell bent on doing another show and proving himself all over again. Hey, Risa, good morning to you. Good morning. Jonathan was good for the show. Baby, Jonathan would have had us coming. Yes, Jonathan definitely would have. I'm telling you. I said it. Good for Natalie. Had she used unknown talent like the original formula she probably wouldn't be going through this. I mean, seriously, it was a couple of folks who said it. Seriously. Yeah, oh yeah, you said it. Oh, Joe, yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was. I remember. Yeah. He needs to just go and get another name. Like, come on, it's not that hard. It is not. What is so big deal about bad boys? LA, is that the new thing now? The girls want to be called a bad boy? No, I don't want to be nobody's, but you already know how I feel about be calling a boy, buddy. Hey, bud, don't call me no boy. I don't want to be nobody's bad boy. That really does sound. I ain't gonna say it, but it sounds. I mean, we already gay. We ain't gotta have a gay name. Are you a bad boy? No. Milan will be on Bigo streaming the show. Voodoo, you see where I'm going with this? Do you see? I said, oh, okay. So they said you can film it on TV. Okay, you gonna be on Facebook, Milan? You got to deal with Facebook Watch. I'm trying to tell you, there is a loophole around everything. And I'm wondering if he found that loophole, because Charm School Route would actually be a night. Yes, it would. And I would actually watch it from the angle of seeing what he going to say. Oh, that's what you're going to tell him to do? All right, I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, he could do so much with a show like that. Instead, he wants to be Poppy. I'm the bat. He wants to get you a man, get you a dog. Like, calm the fuck down. You need to have a house on the hills. You need to be executive and producing and doing all kind of fancy debonair shit. You still want to be out here in the mud with these little bitches. No. They will eat you alive. They will eat me alive. That's why I said I couldn't be on the show with them. I'm thinking too logically. They're thinking I'm trying to be a star. We're not thinking the same thing. Bitch, your way of being a star is doing that. My way is being logical. Like, okay, I'm playing the game. Y'all out here trying to do all this dumb shit. I'm not for all of that. What is Milan Christopher's talent other than being a pretty man with a bubble butt? And we still talking about the bubble butt. Yes, Moolah. I knew it, Rico. I knew it. See, Moolah is he got that look. He got that look, especially you being in New York right now. You know that look, that New York nigga look. Like, I know what you mean. It's just as soon as he opened his mouth, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, no, I don't. At this point, I don't. And I told you to text me before you tell me something. Got his friend's hat dress snatched, scalp straight, cinder. Nally was on live and seeing who was coming to the reunion. Johnson said he need 80,000 in his own show to come to the reunion. Well, now, I mean, at this point, let's be real. That is the investment that they should do. That I don't blame him. He 80,000, bitch. I need a whole 100K. Because they made that fucking decision with Milan and getting him off the show. This is the gripes they gotta pay. This is the gripes that they gotta pay. He couldn't use the title Bad Bottoms, Bad Bottoms ATL. You might have something there. Did he do Bad Tops ATL? Oh my God, that would be a whole shit show. I'm telling you. Jante, T Trisha, good morning. You flatline. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm not too sure on how this is gonna play out, but he is having casting calls. It'll be interesting who he casts, and he really needs to understand the mistakes that they made in the Bad Boys LA, like building characters, getting original talent, getting people who are really in it for the long term, not just to come on and fighting. And honestly, y'all really should be trying to find people who are like got some wherewithal of, I hate to say it, but experience in whatever practice. Because as we saw Dylan, who was saying he was homeless, but had came on the show under the premise that he was a big time promoter. You can't do no more of that kind of shit. It definitely got to be people who are really in what they say they're in, because you're gonna have the same fucking mistakes all over again. So I'll stay tuned to see what happens here. Let's get into this other little video. So I shared a video on my community wall of Lil Boosie, right? And I said, here we go with Boosie sharing some information that we didn't ask. No one said, hey, Boosie, share this information, but you did. And I got my own opinion about it. I know how when I saw it, I was like, I dropped down under. It came from the Tyrese report. He uploaded. I dropped down in his comments like, you telling you doing this is a confessional, ain't it? So get into this little clip.
These niggas ain't 100, man. I remember I was in Angola. I walked down on a nigga riding a nigga dick from the back.
Wait, what? Wait,
nigga ankles riding that bitch from the back. I ain't know about the cocaine in the shower. Nigga ain't even take.
We were 16, y'all. We were 16 seconds into the clip, and this is what Boosie is talking about. This is the same reaction I did to y'all as the same reaction when I was watching on my phone. I was watching. I said, wait a minute. Because in my mind, the descriptors, the descriptive language, the things he put, the context, the way in which he narrates this story is way too much like how I or Rico or a person in the community would narrate the story. So listening to him, I was like, you be sounding real familiar for something you actually hate so much. You become one of the biggest rappers to provide commentary about LGBTQ community. Like, if there was a symposium of people to come give their commentary, you could probably get a dollar bill to come, because you have unwanted necessary facts about our life, and they're very descriptive. So catch this shit again.
Niggas ain't 100, man. I remember I was in Angola. I walked down on a nigga riding a nigga dick from the back. That nigga had a nigga ankles riding that bitch from the back, man. I ain't know about the cocaine in the shower, you heard? Nigga ain't even tell me. I walked straight in 6 in the morning. Nigga riding that dick. I say, man, I wanna go home, man. Fuck that, man. I say, man, I wanna go home, man. I got to call the lawyers for all kind of bum. Man, give me a motherfucking bum, man. That shit fucked my head up. Another nigga riding a nigga dick, man. Taking that bitch. I'm talking about riding a nigga dick. That shit. That nigga say, damn, youngster. I say, my bad, man. Yeah, I ain't know, man. Fucking the shit out that nigga in that bitch. I was like, man, this shit. I was like, this ain't no place for no motherfucking human being, bro. When I saw that shit,
I mean, I was just in, y'all, when I tell you the way he was talking, literally, you could have took him out and inserted me. That's how familiar what he was saying was happening. And then for you to be so against it, so all you did was, oh, my bad, dog, my bad. That was your response. Boosie, come on. We won't hate you. We won't do any of that stuff. We'll certainly provide you some resources so you can understand what you're going through. But at the same time, like, this to me, I was like, he ain't giving no testimony. That nigga is giving firsthand knowledge about what, like, that was way too comfortable, way too familiar. I've never heard a straight man say he was taking that. I mean, he was taking that. What? To see someone take it, I mean, you stood there for at least more than about 5 seconds to see, to visually watch it. Are you fucking kidding me? Boosie, it's best you stop talking than to continue having those conversations. Because that shit right there, I was like, oh, okay. I watched that video and he be descriptive. I feel like he talks about that moment quite often. He can't wait to speak on it. It's just ridiculous. What the, yeah. Spaghetti, y'all. Okay. Boosie would definitely be his son if he was gay. I agree. He sounds traumatized. Boosie gets a bad rap because how he talks, but he actually has a gay road manager and a few other gays in his camp. He demanded to leave prison because he witnessed a sexual encounter, not because it's prison. I think it's more for shock effect when he talks to stay in the news. I mean, after a while, you become a part of the topic. Like, you are a part of the topic. People are gonna say, rappers who have, any gay conversation, I'm sure his name will come up. So I was like, wow. Now we have Beyonce. Beyonce's out here. She's completely scrubbed her social media. She's taken all her profile pictures down, including YouTube. And everyone's wondering, does this mean she's dropping new music? So, of course, I went to search, is Beyonce dropping new music? And partly people are saying, yeah, but there's this small conversation that she's dropping an Ivy Park Pride collection that she's going to be uploading and changing. Every time she drops an Ivy Park collection, she changes her profile pictures and uploads new images. So most people are saying that it's new music. Me, based on what she told Harper's Bazaar last year about her new music, I don't believe she's dropping anything, not this time, earlier in the year. But what she said was, I've been in the studio for 1.5 years. Sometimes it takes a year for me to personally search through thousands of sounds to find just the right kick or snare. One chorus can have up to 200 stacked harmonies. Still, there's nothing like the amount of love, passion, and healing that I feel in the recording studio. After 31 years, it feels just as exciting as it did when I was 9 years old. Yes, the music is coming. and that was last year. So I do think that she's gonna either do something related to Ivy Park, and whatever it is, we know it'll be great. So I'll stay tuned and I'll be on the lookout for that. Now let's get into this Jack Harlow conversation. So Jack Harlow was interviewed by Teen Vogue, and he gave the commentary, which was so crazy because I had to text two of my female friends, black female friends, and I asked them if they knew Jack Harlow. Just don't search it, don't Google it. Do you know who Jack Harlow is? And they both replied, no. Now, granted, Jack Harlow was on Industry Baby. He was featured on a lot of songs. I know who he is, but I didn't think that it was to the point where he's saying black women is part of his career to black. So what he went on to say is, they'll never have to worry about not being credited by me. I mean, I look out at my shows and I see them. It's one thing when you see the memes and you hear people talking about it, but it's another when you travel the country and you see them all over the place. I love black women. I've loved black women my whole life. And I was just like, oh, okay, all right. Didn't know that was I didn't know that was part of your talk track. And so now we see him around Drake. He's certainly been seen in Drake. He was at I think they were at some horse, I can't remember the game, but they were at some horse game. And I said, I feel like he's pulling the Drake card, where Drake came out and was heavily endorsed with his singing on the rap ballads by black women, which catapulted his career earlier, especially with that Take Care album, which was successful for him, And I see Jack Harlow trying to pull this maneuver about black women and all this support. And it just makes me wonder, are you trying to bait a specific demographic at hopes you'll be widely accepted into the community? Then I asked myself, I said, do you think black women love like Normani over Jake Harlow? Because to me, they both get some of the same back and forth. Like sometimes black people like Normani, then we're like, no, she's too pop. So I was wondering about that. And then I asked you all earlier if you all knew who Jack Harlow was, and someone was like, I don't even know who that. Who is that? Boosie is a trash. He is trash. Yes, he is. It's too much to take. It's not, and not because it's Angola prison. Like you in the Louisiana penitentiary system. In Angola, the worst, but gay sex was the line. That was it. I would imagine it's an Ivy Park collection. Me too. We getting the music towards the end of the year. She going to drop a tour income tax time as per usual. You know how I go. And the ticket price is going to be high. $100, $200, $300, $400. Beyonce always does these stunts when new work is coming, fashion or music. Do you think Beyonce is doing a surprise launch project for Juneteenth? I think she's doing like a clothing line for the Pride. It may be for Juneteenth. It might be for Juneteenth, but I don't think it's new music. I don't know why I don't think it's new music. If she gives us new music, I'll be highly shocked. Highly shocked. I only heard of this white boy a few months ago. I didn't know who Jack was until he said he didn't know who Brandy was. Okay. What? It's an age thing, Roman. His fan base and career is driven by black women. They're just young as hell. Oh, wow. See, I didn't know that. It's he the guy that didn't know Brandy and Ray J were siblings. Doesn't sound to black to me. Again, Jack who? But I'm also not in that demographic. As a black woman, I'm sitting this one out. We are not. Come on. Thank you. That's the only thing I'm bringing this to attention. Like, I'm not trying to say that, but how do white women feel about this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Do they feel any kind of way like that this white man is coming out here saying that black women, that he owes part of his career to black women? Well, then what does that say about white women? Or you're just doing this it's fake, and they understand the fake undertone here. Like I'm looking at it from that angle. They say she removed all of her pics from her social media, so I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of us late 20s, 30s is not his demographic. How old is Jack Harlow? Teen Vogue, so he gonna have to. Oh, black girls in Teen Vogue talking about black women. He isn't even. Oh, period. No, AJ, not to me. But Jack is 23, I believe. Jack Harlow. Yeah, let's see. Jack Harlow age. Oh, he's 24 years old. Born, child, he was born March 13th, 1998. Wow. He was born in 98. Wow. Hollywood is trying to indoctrinate the next generation that whites are black R&B. And I'm not going. I'm not going. No, he ain't it for me. Hey, Queen Diva, good morning. Good morning. That's a hard 23. So Jack Harlow, yes, I would agree to that. I would agree. We have a new JT on our hands. He take the lessons, honey. Take the lessons. Stay away from large performances. Did you hear the Brandy diss she did at Jack Harlow? What did Brandy do? I didn't hear she dissed back. I saw that she responded to him on IG story. His demographic is that age group. Oh shit. This damn my baby is right here. Okay, baby. Age group. 98. My knees pop hearing that. 98, baby. Yes, that rap she did goes hard. Wait, Brandy did a rap? Not Brandy doing a rap. Okay, here we go. I'm about to share it for y'all. Brandy's rap. Get out of here, Brandy. I'm just waiting for it to upload. Come on. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to pull it up. Just, you know, these websites have all these ads and shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She really did this too. Oh my God.
Welcome back. Concord. You forgot about me? Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is world famous, one of the greatest living legend. Did I mention my resume is amazing? The game need a breath of fresh air and I'm breathtaking. Painted pictures, Cinderella scriptures, but that's okay. Jack in the streets, jack of all trades. Now I'm here, jack of the beats. Queen's cancel, but you could never cancel the queen. Crown concrete stone, an angel in disguise. I roam the earth, God like the son of Jehovah's own. I bear witness to my second coming. 100 miles I'm running, still getting money from Mo to the I overdone it. Over 20 years and I'm still a topic. A picture's worth $1 million. Now I'm feeling profit. 43 and feeling like a kid with millions watching. Popular, but now I'm popping shit for those out of pocket. I went diamond, guess I'm still a gold mine shining. This black excellence at its finest. Don't call me Brandy no more, call me your highness. Built tougher than my brother Ray J glasses. Cause it's passion, you woke up a beast, now it's madness. Singer slash rapper, rapper slash actress. And reaching for the crown, you might get a handful of thorns, or maybe you just wanna be down. I put them on for my women, boss chicks and kings, put respect on my name. I was here before memes, skinny jeans and dope fiends, high on lean. I'm high off life, and most times it's all you need. Yeah, more to my story as my chapter is new again. Back on top of the world, sky's blue again.
I ain't know she did all this.
I never do again. For the fans, the hustlers and hooligans.
Oh, Brandy was not playing. I actually like that. She was not playing. Okay, yes, she dropped a nasty freestyle on that ass. Brandy had a rap alter ego Roman. B-Rock, I think she refers to it. What? She might need to go ahead and do that. She ran for a minute under that name in spurts, though. Brandy verbally put Jack over her knee and slapped that little bottom. Yes, she did. I like that. She did that when Jack Harlow came for Brandy. I knew that was a cloud chase by an unknown Wonder Bread. He did it to look good, but he came off dumb as hell. It didn't need all of that. It didn't need all of that. Yeah, that was her. I liked it. Actually, her rap name is Brand New. Brand New. I'm about to check out Brand New. Well, shout out to Brandy for, doing her thing, coming back to Jack Harlow, which brings me back to this whole point of Jack Harlow and all of this accolade, such a massive part of his career to Black women, which I was very shocked about that. So we'll stay tuned to that. Now let's get into our final story of the night, of the morning. Wow, morning. Lil Nas says BET snub is about a larger problem in the LGBTQ community, in LGBTQ acceptance. So if you don't know, Lil Nas recently explained his frustrations with BET after the nominations from the awarding body were released, and he wasn't nominated for any award, and so he tweets "fuck BET." And so let's follow how this all broke down. So he started with a tweet that says, "This is not over, no BET award. This is about the bigger problem of homophobia in the Black community. Y'all can sit and pretend all you want, but I'm gonna risk it all for us." And so he's saying that basically how he feels is that BET has not nominated him for an award, specifically this awarding body, because his image or his words and what he stands for, allegedly. This is all allegedly, and I'll show you some tweets and stuff that have been posted up online of how people actually feel about this, both sides. That is not along their lines of how they want to present their image. But I always question that theory because they allowed him to perform last year and he kissed a guy. So I'm just, I was very curious about this as well. BT, after he did this, he released a diss track. Well, seemingly it's a small clip of a diss track that he's going to release about that says "fuck BET." And I was like, wow, you really taking this a little, you going to put a whole track out? I mean, what about next year? But he's really, really upset about it. It just goes to show.
Fuck BT, fuck BT, fuck BT, yeah. Fuck BT, yeah. Hey, yeah. Look it nigga stop it. Okay. Look at hot top shit. Bitch, I should put like 3 up in the top 10. And I don't need nobody. I just need these CCs on my body. Everything I do, bitch, right or wrong, gon' make a profit. Read about it. I don't even gotta sing about it. I work out with the money that you niggas dream about. She's around my life. She's around my side. They don't want it like that. They want me to die. She's around my life. She's around my side. They don't want it like that. They want me to die. Don't try me. You better say that shit for somebody else. Don't try me.
So when I saw that, I was like, oh, maybe this was a song he had already recorded. He just put the words "fuck BET" at the beginning of the song, re-recorded. Well, after he did that, BET released a statement. "We proudly showcase his extraordinary talent and creativity on the show twice. His BET Awards 2021 performance was a highlight of our show. No one cheered louder than BET. Unfortunately, this year he was not nominated by BET's Voting Academy, which is comprised of an esteemed group of nearly 500 entertainment professionals. No one from BET serves as a member of the Voting Academy." So then people started asking, well, who's on this Voting Academy? Why don't we, just the same way we did the Grammys, why don't you expose who's on this voting board? Who's on the Voting Academy so we can really see who didn't really feel like he made an impact this year. So let's examine some of these tweets. So one was Tyler, the Creator, and Frank have been nominated, both known to be openly to share their, Frank being gay, Tyler saying he's bisexual. But Lil Nas X went on to say that both Frank and Tyler can admit that queer men are more respected when they do less feminine things, or I'm making that up. So he's claiming that because he may have a more feminine tone to his character, another reason as to why people of that voting body may not have wanted to vote for him. I said, okay, that could be, plausible. Someone else tweeted that I like that Lil Nas is on BET's neck. These are our people. If we can't come together to check each other when need be, then what's the point? He said nothing but facts. Lil Nas deserves acknowledgement from our award shows. Shouldn't be just as a prop. And I definitely agree that because he's more open and femme than Tyler or Frank, he won't get the same push. It's like y'all want gay folks to just be gay how you want to, but only the way you want them to be, which is another point, choosing the side that because he's openly gay and he celebrates it and it's in his lyrics and it's in his stuff, in his visuals, that might be a reason why some people of this voting body was hard pressed to not vote, include him in the nominations. Now, I found it interesting that Jack Harlow was also included in the nomination category as well. And it was like, wow, okay. Jack Harlow got a BET award nom and Lil Nas X didn't during Pride Month, during Black History Month. Is that what I'm seeing? Some people brought that up as a point. Lil Nas X, you got a whole Grammy. Why are you acting like this? And he says, this is my point exactly. How can I get acknowledged by the most acclaimed award show in the world and then not even just one nomination from my own people? Is that not crazy? Am I really tripping? Another point. Lil Nas X doesn't fit BET's target demo, the same award show that has nominated Adele, Sam Smith, Alicia Cara, Tanashi, Doja Cat. Let's make it make sense. Another plausible argument, which is, you think about Sam Smith and you think about Adele and you wonder who is on the voting body, who are they looking purely at the music? Because if that was the case, then Lil Nas X should have been definitely considered for a nomination. Industry Baby was a top record last year. Definitely during this period of selection, it was definitely a top record, and it wasn't considered. And then another tweet that I saw, last one was, you're not making it up, but when will gay men understand they can be gay without making it their whole personality? How you act like a female rather than you just liking men, and that's where people are put off. And Lil Nas X responded, gay men should continue making being gay their whole personality as long as we are still being jailed and fucking killed in countries for it. And I ended on this because this is part of the reason why I feel like people who are on the BET's voting award nomination committee or whatever body, I feel like it's that you're not making gay men. When will gay men understand they can be gay without making it their whole personality? How you act like you act like a female rather than you just liking men, and that's where people are put off. And I feel like people on that voting body are put off by Lil Nas X, him as a person and not his music. And I think that may have been affected why, because BET certainly is a conservative body. I don't care what you say. From the programming that it puts on, there's a lot of times where it's been very conservative in its approach to stuff. So I can see where some of those conservative bodies, some of those folks who sit on that conservative committee might feel a little bit like, for him not to even be nominated for any of those categories makes you wonder, like, okay. And certainly it could also be they didn't feel like he made an impact. But for him to have received, Grammy nominations and all other award nominations during this period of time frame, and for our own group to not even acknowledge him as one of the only gay men during this period in the industry, it is telltale. What does that say? What is the message? What is that underlying meaning? So I definitely thought that there is something there. Let's see. He should have been nominated. He's put in work, and with a less of a resume nominated, BET be having Jack and Post Malone on their show nominated, but not him. Lil Nas X is talented like a motherfucking should have. Yeah, he should have. Everyone has shaded BET for years. EBT awards. Hey, activated knowledge. Yeah, I don't even watch them. Every time I'll be like, it's a show, it's on BET. Let me see if it's somewhere else, because I can't. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't either. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I agree with Lil Nas X. He should have been nominated at least. It's insulting that Jack was nominated and not him. And that they were on a song together, Industry Baby, but Jack was nominated for something else and they couldn't even pull them. I mean, you could even put them two there. I don't understand what it is. Well, who is in the Academy? That's a good ass question. I'm gonna have to be digging for that. BET hasn't been black owned for 3 decades. Of poor shame. That is true. Queer men are more palatable for the masses when more masculine presenting and acting. That is so fucking true. It is so true. And it's a double-edged sword. It's like in one aspect, when it's a performance or something like that, you know, as entertainment or because I think about like Saucy Santana in his music videos, you can tolerate that because it's a click on and click off. But when it's a live show or something in the moment, or if it's a something where it's going to display it live in front of people, it becomes okay. Now I don't know. We can tape it and edit it up and censor it up, and you know we can be real cautious about it. But when it becomes live and we have to leave it up to them, we might have to tell them no to this. You know, it becomes real red tape. And even though he has performed, who knows what he had to go through to even clear his performance. So it's interesting. Like the BET show felt it was okay for him to be there, but BET's voting body, which they also said no one who works for BET is a part of this voting body, didn't feel like it was necessary for him to be included. It's interesting. It's been that long. Time flies by. The black community is homophobic, plain and simple. Very much so. Very much so. BET ain't black owned or black operated. It makes sense why Jack Harlow's out here saying he loves black women. I think that was for the BET Awards too. I stopped watching BET when it was sold to white Mexicans. You know how some of our folks are in reference to the gay community. I'm not a Lil Nas fan, but I agree that he does deserve a nomination. We're on the same page because you know how I feel about Lil Nas X too. But I agree that he definitely should have been considered during this period, during this moment. And now it's fuck BET for him, for I guess for life. And then so some other people were like, now watch he glow up or something great else happen, and they're gonna want some of that shine as well. And I said that always happens in our community though. For us to be accepted or put on a pedestal, we have to be great, extra great, top 10, on chart, all the way, because any little thing is room for us to not be considered. I don't even like its name. BET doesn't represent me. Right. BET. I call it Bet. I always say Bet. You watch Bet. I'm just not a fan of BET. Hey, Miss Toby. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Miss Toby, I told him that you were so right about Nick Cannon earlier. You had it dead on that he semi-confirmed he has children on the way. So you was right. Yeah, EBT Awards. The black community is not homophobic. I grew up with homosexuals of all kinds. Non-LGBT people would come to my family if their families tossed them out. Homophobes are everywhere. And his album was widely considered to be great. That Academy snubbed him. Yeah, he was snubbed. Black Swan, you know, I like you, but this business of saying I grew up with or I have gay friends is the same as white people talking about their black friends and denying our reality. So that's how I feel about Lil Nas X. Now, I think it will be able to see if in the future, you know, because who knows, maybe this might be a stunt for him to perform. Maybe he might be invited to come put on a show, or they might say something, you know, or give some special. But it'll be interesting to see how BET really responds to the backlash that they're receiving online, on Twitter. You know, they put out their statement that they're for them, but I don't think that's enough. We saw how it grew legs with the Grammys. We always talk about in the moment, but I always think about the long term. See, in the moment, there's no pressure on it. But when the Grammys started snubbing black people and we started noticing it, the Grammys so white hashtag, Grammys started to understand they had to change up their voting body. They had to add stuff in. So I look at that and I say, all right, BET, don't let this grow legs. You know, look at what the Grammys didn't do before it's too late and you find yourself being pressured to do stuff that isn't a natural growth. You know, your voting body you might need to oust some motherfuckers. They might have been around for years and years and years. They haven't grown with the time. And that happens with boards. I see it in my line of work. We have old folks on boards, charitable boards with these conservative values who don't give and support. You know, it's time to oust their ass. So you might need to reconsider the board, create, you know, maybe you might need to engage BET staff as in a support role with the board. Like, I don't know how y'all do this, but I think there might need to be some changes preemptively before you allow this to go too far. Because I'm watching the gays online grow legs. And I mean, they're going at each other as well, because a lot of them are like, you didn't do too much this year. I mean, it was cute, but you didn't do it as much this year. And then someone was like, I don't even like your music. Your music isn't all of that. And, you know, he responded, I know my music isn't good and all that, but it was a top. So why wasn't I considered? So he's definitely having children on the way. I think he's using them children for sale purposes for his illness. Because what I'm thinking you're saying is that it's almost like it helps. It's a cure for him to have kids. Nick needs to stop this foolishness. BET really messed up on this. Who is Jack Harlow when it comes to Lil Nas X? A black award show giving praise to a white artist, the hypocrisy of it all. Mind you, Lil Nas X featured Jack Harlow on his Industry Baby song. And they couldn't even give the man, you know, since you already got Jack Harlow there, we can just throw him in the bucket too. When is the last time Beyonce performed at BET? It has to be an extent. He needs those kids to donate or something. I know he's worried about lifespan, so that has to be a factor. The Grammys have always been racist. If they could snub Michael Jackson, no one should expect anything. They snub Thriller. And now I just didn't want to mention it. Oh, really? And maybe the baby moms know this too. Wow. I'm gonna look that up for Monday report now. Is there a connection? Okay, Nick Cannon and oh wow, I never thought about that at all, because that'll change my whole shit. Then all right, nigga, as long as your thing don't fall off. I mean, if that's what this is about, Lil Nas X now needs to concentrate on a more global market and not just the local U.S. market. I agree. And he also needs to cut some of, like, the video I just played of him in that song. We need more of that and less of you and these angel wings falling out the sky. Like, all right, now get to the real shit. We see all of that, but now you down here on Earth and you see the real shit we go through and the problems. You going to tap into some of this shit now? Now you want to tap? All right, thank you. That's why I like that song. Like, the one I just played. I need you to come down now. I get it. You were telling everybody about, you know, your life and all that shit, but come down so I can you be a little bit more relatable. Beyonce performs at the BET Award show when she drops albums. I don't know his exact illness, but it has to play a part in it all. I have uncles in their 70s who are drag queens who happen to be my uncles. I grew up around the LGBT community who are like Lil Nas X or like Tyler Perry. I was raised different. That's all. He will have enough stem cells to help. Wow. Them baby mothers know what's up. He's scared of dying. I know for a fact. He's mentioned that. I just don't know if his illness, he can use cells or any sort of donation from offspring. Wow, that's an eye opener. I never expected that. I did not expect that to be part of the reason why he might be. Wait, he definitely can use them. Hello, good morning. Hey Tristan, good morning to you. Good morning. Joe said, I think y'all reaching a little on this one. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Trust me, he has lupus, which affects your organs. He nearly passed away because of it allegedly. Wow. Hey, thank you. Well, if you are just coming in, please hit that like button on your way in, and let me just run back what we covered today. So today we kicked off the show and we talked about Dwayne Wade and how he feels about his daughter's safety given the anti-trans laws that some states have enacted, specifically around sports. We talked about this teacher who threw a hockey stick back at a student after he tossed a puck into the bin aside next to her, and I guess it hit her. So she responded by throwing a hockey stick at him, bust his tooth out, and she retired, celebratory retirement, and the family is like, they can't do nothing about it at this point. Elon Musk is really trying to back out of purchasing Twitter. Unfortunately, it's not looking too good for him. Lori Harvey's mother offers us a message about her daughter's split from Michael Jordan. Now, we don't know if it's directly related, but it comes on the heels of their split. And she basically goes on to say, if you smell some shit or you in some shit, get out of it and it'll stop smelling like shit. And we're all like, are you talking about your daughter and their relationship? So we'll stay tuned to that. Carisha and Diddy Young Miami invited Diddy onto her show Caresha Please, where he seemingly confirmed that they are dating, which we call fucking, and also that she's a fun girl. You know, they like to have fun, and you know, and so hey. Nick Cannon has confirmed that he has children on the way. He said that it happened during a time where he was depressed about losing a child, and he had just lost his show. And so, you know, they were just giving him vagina to appease him and make him feel better. Wow. We got more details about rapper Trouble's his death, how he was asleep when he woke up. His girlfriend was fighting with her ex, and the man pulled out his handgun and shot him in the chest. And how 2 weeks prior to this, she broke up with him from a 3-year relationship after he punched her or physically assaulted her. While they were arguing about him not having a job. And so at the time, she called police, but she didn't want to file a police report because he fled the scene and he didn't return. And then this was the returning moment. We talked about Kanye being heartbroken over seeing Pete Davidson out with his child at Cheesecake Factory, which led us to also, hold on one second. Okay. So which led us to talk about Kanye West split from Chaney Jones and his new woman allegedly. However, the woman we see here is Monica Corrigan, and he mentioned her in a song. In the song, he said, "So don't text me like I'm Juanita, JCV, or more important, Monica Corrigan, who was there for me. Somebody really there for me was rare for me." And so it appears that this is a friend. And given that he may be broken over seeing his child with Pete Davidson, we could certainly understand why he has friends. And like I was saying before, I feel like Kanye West and some of these females are really, really friends, especially these models and stuff like that. He likes to style them, get ideas for his own fashion industry, all kinds of things. And, you know, it might be better for him to do that with a female than a male companion. So I'm not going to charge her as being one of his side pieces, but you never know. King Roman could be wrong. We'll stay tuned. We talked about Milan Christopher and him casting for his new show, and Zeus basically saying, "Hold up, swole up," and then him responding. And now it's really a battle of who has the trademark to Bad Boys, the reality show. Zeus is claimed that they trademarked Bad Boys, the franchise, for a reality show, and that they also have Milan, Moolah, and Rio under contracts that stipulate you can't go on any other reality television show until June 2023 without written approval from us first. They're claiming that, you know, they've trademarked Bad Boys as a TV show. Zeus never did it. And that they are also, how you know they're going to be on the show, they may just be executive producers casting the show. So we still need to wait for more details to come out, and I'm sure they will, as these folks keep going back and forth. We'll be able to tell what's real and what's not, what's legit. Milan, get it together. Beyonce scrubbed all of her social media, and folks are saying new music is coming. I partly believe new music could be coming. I also think that there might be an Ivy Park collection related to either Juneteenth or the Pride, but there's some sort of something coming there, so we'll stay tuned to that. Jack Harlow says Black women have been such a massive part of his career. And I just was like, wow, okay. You know, I was shocked by that, given that, you know, didn't even know who Brandy was. And granted, you know, I think he's relatively new in the music industry. I don't even, you know, I couldn't tell you. And then finally we landed on the Lil Nas X story, how he feel about being snubbed by BET for no nominations yet again. And so that's all I actually have for you all today. Let's get through these comments. I believe I can tell by what you and how you share. I just think that our individual, I wondered the same thing about Nick Cannon. Is having them kids to cure his lupus. It's a weird situation. My correct mind doesn't want to think that, but we saying it out loud now. So y'all think that's weird for him to have babies for his own cure? Yeah, it's a struggle for real. Child, please. She was pimping out her daughter, Miss Harvey. Mrs. Harvey can have several seats. Oh my God. Oh, Diddy needs to date someone aged appropriate. He makes my ass itch. If I had the clip still up, I would show you. He looks weathered in a good way. You know, like a rock that's been sitting underwater and it smooths out. He looks weathered, like he is in a natural state of I need love. I've heard stem cells can help battling autoimmune diseases, just not knowledgeable fully. Lori doing what she's supposed to do. Use your beauty and privilege to date the best men you can, elevate in life. This narrative of her being pimped out or a hoe is tired to me. I really do think that that's what happened. I feel like Michael B. Jordan knew exactly what he got in Lori Harvey, as all of the industry men wanted her and all of this good stuff. So as before she could get approached by another man, he wanted to lock that ass down. Like, come nah, you know. And unfortunately, she probably said no a few times before. And then now it got to the point of like, look, no, I'm not going to do that. And this probably was the moment that for him was like, okay, you must still want to be out here. This is all allegedly. And before she could say anything, he got out to the public, you know, I really was there for her and I loved her. And, you know, I never loved anyone like this and nah, and me. And then she ain't saying shit. And so now we see Steve Harvey releases a statement along the lines of it's never too late to move on or something like that. And then his mother released a statement, if you smell shit and you in shit, sometimes you got to get out of it to stop smelling the shit. And so it just all appears as if, you know, maybe she was going through some things with him and she wasn't ready to settle down. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I hope you're right. She's just doing what she got to do. Yes, they can sometimes even cure or reverse. I want to agree or disagree with you. It doesn't matter. I was raised by a father who was nurturing involved. It doesn't mean I can't say that all black men are there. Oh, yeah, because I wasn't in that lane. Not me. I strongly dislike the black community being painted as homophobes. We have the protectors of the outcast, but it's our loudest, most ignorant that are heard and seen. Oh, that's true. I can understand that. We don't know if she slept with all those men. Just know she's dated, went out with a few. So tag her as being pumped out up there. Oh my God, y'all are funny. You must do a story on the transgender NFL cheerleader. Got it. Okay. Are we talking about so I read that story about her being selected as the first transgender NFL cheerleader. I saw that story and I was waiting to see if there was going to be like a backlash or something that came from that, but I haven't really heard too much about that. But I'm gonna add it to my things to report on. Add some weight to that on Monday. Thank you, Mildred. Good morning to you and happy Friday. Happy Friday. We will see with Nick. His fear of dying definitely plays a part, but I know the stem cells. Here's the thing. I love the fact that y'all brought this up because I'm sure just as we're looking like, wow, is this something? This is a very hot topic for a video that I can go research and just upload and just like go share out, you know, hopefully like little shit like that. I love that because it just gives me an idea of how I can stretch the story and figure out other points of it. Now, there may not be nothing there. It may not be true, but it does beg the conversation and the question. So thank you all for even bringing that up. I mean, I think we all want to know, like, is that really, could you really, like, really? Is that something, you know, that really could happen? Lori's mama is the black Kris Jenner. Her mama be setting her up. Publicity. Man, oh man, I feel for all of you. That battle is no joke. Stem cell research and financial resources could be a factor. Look at Magic Johnson. I'm trying to watch you and the January 6th committee evidence on Morning Joe. Yes, baby, they about to pull in the whole Republican candidate over, I think, governor candidate. He's about to be arrested and all that. I saw that. I said, now how in the hell, Miss Toby, keep us updated. Yes, to the January 6th. Okay. I really hope Nick isn't using his kids for stem cells. That's creepy. Yeah, that's why I said I definitely want to look into, is that a possibility? Is this something that you can do? And then that might open the door for some more commentary. So I want to thank you all so much for being here with me this Friday morning. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. And if you're interested in becoming a member, I want to play this little clip, and this is how I feel about you all, but I saw it and I thought it was funny. It's the black version, and I wanted to play it for y'all. So check this out.
Thank you for being a friend. Oh, yeah. Travel down the road and back again. Hey. started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh yeah. This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did everything, the biggest gift, the biggest. Thank you for being my friend. Oh yeah. Hallelujah.
Yes. So I definitely want to say thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being a friend. Thank you all for being a member, subscriber, bush watcher, watching in the sky, moderators. I want to thank you all for being that to me so much. I really appreciate it. I saw it and I said, that's exactly how I feel about you all. Thank you. This is my family chat. We can be frank here. Yes, absolutely. We can all be absolutely all love over here. No judging. Using the stem cells no different than organ donations. Yeah, I think what it is well, you probably can, but I didn't know that you can do that for yourself because it would be more popular. I think I'm just assuming that more people would be doing that. Tristan, was that an accident? Baby, I had another article that I wanted to talk about too, but I'm gonna save that for Monday, but about Tristan Thompson too. Tristan Thompson was dubbed the most hated person by the Kardashians. And I said, no, I'm going to say that for Monday, but I'm going to say that for Monday. Yes, I listen to this song every time I'm having a bad day. Okay. That's exactly, listen, that man had me laughing. Yes, it was. Sorry. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm about to get out of here, get my day started. Again, it was a pleasure being here with you all. We'll be back on Monday, 6:30 a.m. And then I'll probably do a kick it this weekend. We probably kick it probably go out. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go out. We're going to have another crew night, probably sometime this weekend. I always say that then my weekend get busy because people always want to do some shit, go somewhere and do some shit. So I got to find some time where we can just kick it on some random shit, some random topics. It costs a lot to freeze the cells and insurance isn't about to cover it. Some of the IVF treatments. Okay. Yeah, y'all about to have me do a whole search on this. Are we going out for drinks this Sunday? If so, I'm getting my bottle tomorrow. I think we're going to be going out, y'all. Sunday night, we might be going out. We might have another night out. So y'all might need to go ahead and get some bottles, get your libation. But Sunday night, we might definitely. I'm trying to see. No, they don't do a reunion because Natalie Nunn's still trying to figure out who's going to do a reunion for the Bad Boys. Clearly, if she's talking about some 80, Jonathan said 80,000 and he need his own show. Sign, done. Give that motherfucker $100,000 as a sign-on bonus and sign him to a show. That's an investment. I keep saying it. That's a pure motherfucking. Jonathan is good for TV. He's not only coming with him, but he has all of these projects and shit he works on. People about to be going on a roll. He's going to be needed. Can you imagine just following him? I would love the show. There would be a fool not to. I would jump on that shit so quick. Like, you would say less. And who's not to say Natalie didn't respond back like, all right, that's all we needed to know. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Miss Toby, I was asking your so yes, we finna do that. Yeah, we doing that drop. Yes, y'all. All right. I'm too old for y'all crew nights, but I will catch the replay. Heck, I'm in bed by 9. Okay. I'm still gonna shout you out. So when you listening to the replay, you'll hear it. All right, you all. Have a great Friday, and I will catch back up with you on Sunday. Deuces. Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Woman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know it can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman news.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday,
Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman news, coming just for you. King Roman news, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman news, King Roman news. Let's go. Let's start this show.